Hi, everybody. My name is Caitlin. I am a travel agent with Archer Travel. I'm the owner of Bum Viaggio Bookings, and I've got 19 years experience in customer service and sales. I have completed my Archer's sales training, so I'm considered a sales professional, but I'm not team building. So I'm not ranked in any of the team building ranks yet. Um, Today's training, we're going to go over the beginnings of how to use Notion. I'm just going to go over everything. We have a couple of sections that I'm going to go through, and I'll take questions at the end of each section. If you have much larger questions for me, or just want to go ahead and pop your question in the chat, go ahead and do that, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions at the end.
Hey,
My
Caitlin.
Hey, Mark. I have a question. How do I share just my screen and not the whole thing?
Select the screen that you're going to share from. So
Okay,
hit share screen and then select the screen that you want to share from.
thank you. Okay,
Oh, Lord. And you've got trouble in the room.
I do. I've got a couple.
Yeah,
Got
I see the
Anna
one
and
in
Ron.
there. He's
I
following me.
just joined. I just joined because I don't know anything about it.
Neither do
So,
I. That's why I joined. And see, she's using my Zoom, so that's why I had to jump on the new agent training Zoom. So
of course, she'll
Yeah.
probably do a better job than you, but
shut up, Ron.
sorry.
I love you
Caitlin.
guys so much. That just made my day. I just came from acupuncture, so I am kind of floaty in the euphoric feeling. So
Ron has been busting my butt all day. This is the second training I've been on with him today. So
Mark, she's recording, dude.
I don't care.
this is an informal training. I just want to let you guys know this will probably last more than an hour. And most of my trainings will be more than an hour. This series is very, very lengthy. Each week, we will touch subjects on a different topic in Notion. Next week is my customizations workshop, which could last 2+ hours. So just be prepared for that next week. So Chiquita asked, how is Notion different from Travelfy or Traveljoy? And Mark has more information about Travelfy and Traveljoy than I do. So I'm going to let him have the floor for that question.
Travelfy and Traveljoy are both itinerary makers. Notion is a full CRM, so it is going to organize your customer, your client information for you. You can do the same thing in Travelfy and Traveljoy, but you're going to be able to organize it more in Notion than you would be able to in Travelfy and Traveljoy. So Notion is more like HubSpot or Salesforce or one of those other CRMs.
Yeah. I'm a certified Salesforce specialist as well. I used Salesforce many, many years in my previous job and had to find something that was very similar to Salesforce. Salesforce is expensive though. It's like $175 a person and it's monthly. And I just couldn't get behind that price, where Notion is free for 5 gigabytes of storage and it has full access to 70+ templates. So you guys ready to jump in? Let me know in the chat. All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'm already logged into Notion. I'm going to blow up the chat on my left. So you're going to see the left side of my face. Notion's on my big screen on the right. So this is Notion. Let me take you home here. I've already gone over how to get started off recording, but on recording, I'm going to just let you know, if you go to notion.so, that's notion.so, and create a brand new account, you enter in your email address and create a password. And then it'll ask you if you want to choose a personal or work or school options. And then it'll take you through to the templates to ask you what you want to enter into the very blank Notion that you're going to have. Mine is fully customized. I sat down and took about a day, about 6 hours, to really dig into what I really wanted to see in my Notion and use the templates that I wanted for what I want. I actually did learn how to use my calendar planner for my content, and it is very similar to your social media content. So you don't really need both, but you can use both if you want to plan your marketing content and your social media content on different calendars. That's totally fine, and we'll go over that too. You can connect your Google Calendar. I don't use Google Calendar, so mine's not connected, but I have had feedback from others who do use Google Calendar, who did attend my very first hosted training with Emily Jimenez, and they said that it's changed the game for them with scheduling, recruiting, the whole nine. You can also have a template for your contacts. So you can create a contact list of people to have in your like phone book type of scenario. And you can set it up so that you have your clientele contacts and your HR contacts separate from your recruiting contacts and everything else like that. So here is the home page. We have a sidebar here. I'm going to go over this very quickly. You have a search bar. Basically, these are all the things that I've done in the past 30 days. Mine is the plus version. I do pay $12 a month for this to have an unlimited amount of storage for 1 terabyte of cloud space. And I also am able to have more templates available to me as well. But the free version's got 5 megabytes of storage and 70 plus templates, which is way more than you really need to function for the job duty that we have here at, being a travel agent. So this is my home button. You've got an inbox. If you have multiple people on your team and you're sharing your Notion with them, they can send you direct messages. And here's your settings and members information, my invite link, and how to add people. You get up to, I believe, 10 people to collaborate on Notion for free before you have to pay for each individual thereafter. So you got your account, your settings, notifications, connections. You can connect different things to Notion. So I have a tab on Slack where it has like an app. And then here's the contacts and the Notion calendar. And I've got it connected to my OneDrive, so I can export my data from my Notion cloud to my OneDrive cloud. And then it's connected to my Zoom. So if I'm in a meeting with a client, I can also just open up Notion from Zoom right there. And then you've got your Google Drive and other different apps that you connect. You get to choose your language, and when your week starts, you've got your workplace settings, team spaces, people, plans. These are the different plans. You've got 4 different options. The free version up to 10 guests, 7-page day history, or 7-day page history, and 70 plus integrations for the templates. And then the plus, it does say $10, but I did get an email where they're including a $2 increase in the price in the next 3 months. So it's 100 guests for the $10 a month, and then you have 30-day page history, unlimited blocks, unlimited files, and charts, which are coming soon. And then you can upgrade to the business version, which is $18 per member per month, billed monthly, and you get up to 250 guests. 90-day page history, private team spaces, and individual sign-ins for the space. So you can assign each person like a single sign-on option for their email, and then give them a password, and they have to have that password to get in. And then the enterprise, you'd have to contact sales for pricing, and it's custom guest lists, user provisionings, workspace analytics, audit logs, advanced security, and so on and so forth. And then you have your billing and your sites. This is new. You can absolutely launch a website for your Notion so people can go in and view it. Mine is not published as a public site, but it does say it's live because I use the profile. And then you've got your security, identity and provisionings, connections, which we've already kind of touched base on, and then your imports. So you can import things from other places. So like, for example, PDF from Adobe Pro. If you have Adobe Pro, which I do, I can import a document from the PDF creator into Notion. It's super cool. And Word, the CVS, Confluence, Google Documents, Dropbox, Monday. Monday is also a CRM, but that you have to pay for. They don't have a free version of. And then, okay, so then we have team spaces. So this Bon Viaggio Bookings headquarters is what's created for you when you join Notion. So that would be like, my business name is Bon Viaggio Bookings. So that would be whatever business name you put together for you. And then it's fully customizable, so you can add members and have team space settings. And then I believe in the business option, you can duplicate this team space and leave an archive team space if you want to. I have the main things that I use for my templates on the side for projects, tasks, sprint board, and sprints. These 4 project, tasks, sprint board, and sprint are all, they all work together. So I tried to delete my sprint board, and Notion was like, hey, are you sure you want to do that? It is a prime function for your sprints, tasks, and projects. I don't know if you want to delete that. And then it asked me again, like, do you seriously want to delete it? I was like, no. So Jessica, to answer your question, the use of Notion is a customer relations management system. It's basically to organize yourself for each project that you're working on per client. It's fully customizable to your likings, and we're going to go over everything in the overview once I've gotten everything on the sidebar. So I basically use this, Jessica, every single day. I open it with my email and like my vendors in my back office. I use this to manage my projects. So let me just show you. I'm working on my Arizona project right now. This is like a pre-built project that I have put together for a social media post that I'm going to be creating later on today. And it basically has all the details that I'm going to need for this project. If someone were to get on social media and say, hey, I want to buy this, like, it's got all of that information. And then it also has pictures available to connect to everything and all of that. So I'm hopeful that helped answer your question a little bit. And okay, so for tasks, this we'll get into this more once we've gotten to the projects building options. And then so I have the sales CRM. I did select this sales CRM for my need to keep up with everything that is on the table. If it's a lead, if it's qualified, a qualified trip, if we're in the proposal phase, if it's a negotiation phase, if I've closed a deal, if we've lost a deal, it doesn't matter what section it goes to. You can take your project, duplicate it, and then move it to this sales CRM, and it gives you options. So I'm going to take this project here and show you how to do that. These 6 dots are your menu. So I'm going to duplicate this. Where'd it go? There it goes. And then I'm going to move to, and then we're going to go sales CRM. Oop. And this one was twice. So that's gone. Now you're going to see all records. And then here's that Arizona trip. So we're going to open it and we're going to fill it out. So this is semi customized. Half of this information will be there already. So this information at the top will already be there when you download the sales CRM. This other information is being pulled from the project customizations that I've done already. And my customizations workshop is next week, next Wednesday. So I'm the account owner. This status is a lead. It's a low priority coming from the trip project priority. The estimated value is about 5,000. And then this information won't be filled out until later. And now we can scroll down, and now it still already has the information that you need for the trip planning. But now you're just going to see it on your status right here. So whenever you're moving this through to a qualified position, you can open it or edit it, and then, or just move it over. You can just move it over. And then when you open it, it'll now say the status has been qualified. And then like when you move it over, it'll say that the status has been proposed, right? So this also comes with a pitch deck and quarterly goals. Sorry, the pitch deck is not customized. This is the template, how it's set up for you when you select to get the template down here at the bottom, which we'll go over in just a minute. This is how you can put together all the information that you have in a broken down, really easy to see pitch for your client's presentation. I haven't used this yet, but I will be, exploring this option later. And then you have your quarterly goals. This is also just a template of how you set it up for the get template option. And then you can go in and customize all of this. These are all customizable. You can just type something. What are your PR and brand goals? And then I want to grow my brand 500% next year. That's it. And then you can change the icons. There's emojis. You can customize it by uploading a file. It's totally easy to use. And then you have your meetings tab. I've explored this option. I didn't really quite use this. This does connect to your Google Calendar. Yes, I am using this planner, this marketing calendar to plan my USA series for my social media posts. I have five 5 posts going out. So let's just review Alabama. I did this for the first day. And so basically, these are all set up for me when I clicked on the marketing calendar. It's actually the content calendar, and I just renamed it. I went over here, I clicked on the 3 dots, and I just clicked on rename. There's also a template where you can, I use Meta Business Suite too. There's also a template where you can also learn keyboard shortcuts for how to get to things in the menu. I just can't remember all of it, so I just use the menu dots. But you can remove this anywhere, duplicate it with content or without content. So you can make this another calendar and then rename it to whatever you want and make it empty, or transfer all this data to the next calendar also. So I have planner, and then my published calendar status. So all these are ideas in progress. This is what I'm planning today. So I'm doing Arizona, and my travel tip of the day is visas. I don't have anything in review, and then I've published these posts on the site. So let's go back to the planner. Oh, and it does have a list of all the projects, but that's really overwhelming for me, so I just leave it at the end. So for Alabama, these are all there already. The only thing that I changed was the projects so that I can attach it to the actual project that I planned a trip for. I want to keep that separate from my media content because I'm using that planning for the trip to be able to have it put together for clients to purchase off social media. So when you click on the projects, you've got to edit the property, and then you select the type or relation, and then it's related to the projects. There's no limit on how many projects I can attach to this, and I do not want to show this in projects because I want to keep it separate. And then it tells you how it goes, like from marketing calendar to projects. So when I click on Alabama, it's going to take me to the hot off the press purchasable trip information that I created over in projects, but it keeps it all connected. So all I've got to do is click this button. I'm in projects now, so I just go to marketing calendar, and boom, I'm back in Alabama. So I did all the research information. I'm doing a series of United States where I'm providing facts about each state. I'm highlighting one state a day. I'm putting out trip options for them to purchase. I'm giving them places, common places that are frequented by visitors or tourists on their trip. And I'm also giving them a diner, drive-in, or dive as featured on the TV show in the early 2000s. So I've made it kind of fun and interactive for my clients or my prospective clients to learn about the state that they'll be visiting as well. So we did Alabama, and I went through and took some key points and found pictures for them. And then Birmingham Civil Rights Institute is one of the common places people travel to, along with the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. So I've already got interested parties for Alabama because I've given them history and education about that state, and it's all in one place. I just separated these posts to make them different in the Meta Suite, which I can show you guys how to do that if you like. But that's how I use the marketing calendar. And then here's the travel tip of the day for Alabama. This is plan ahead. I used a lot of ChatGPT information that it gave to me. I did cross-reference and do my research to make sure that it was spot on, which it was like 99%. I had to correct like a couple phone numbers or, some historical events that had changed later in history, like that needed to be changed. But ChatGPT gave me 99% of the information that I have sitting right here. So it really cut down on the timing that I would need to create this post. And so there's the marketing calendar. So Notion does not work with posting from Notion to Facebook. What I did was take the information from Notion, I copied and pasted it into Meta. So I can definitely show you guys how I do that in a little while after I've done a hot off the press build for you guys. I'm just going over the side panel for now. So we are getting into like the weekly to-do list and the yearly goal trackers, which these are templates. I've not really done anything with them yet, but they're already set up with calendars and how to do it and habit trackers. And this can be like a to-do list for you guys every day. And this can be your 2024 goals for your business and your growth in your teams. And you can have quarterly goals for quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the year. And this is really, really, really helpful for people with maybe ADHD or focus issues that might have difficulty keeping on track or staying on course, maybe keeping that motivation going. This will be helpful for you guys. All these icons are customizable on the side. This is the calendar. I don't have it connected, so I can't open it. But it does pop it out of Notion for you. And then, so here's the templates. We're going to get into this. So we have different categories: work, school, life, projects, wiki, and docs. Okay. And Notion just added the option to create a website and publish it on the web, like the internet. So I'm in the work templates right now. We'll go over life, school, and projects as well. Wiki is really simple. You can engineer teams on this. Sales Wiki does give you templates on how to use the sales better, use sales better in your business. And then you have your knowledge base, company intranet, and then people and organizations, which you can also find down below in the work. So under work, this is how I got my to-do list, projects and tasks and sprints, meetings, docs, and wikis. I did all of these at first, and then I took away the docs and the wikis because I don't need them. It just took up space on my sidebar, and I'm the type of person that likes to keep it as minimal as possible, so I don't get too overwhelmed with anything. But if you like the docs and wikis, please, by all means, get these templates. So these are the tasks that you can do to keep yourself put together during your project planning. And I'll show you how to use the tasks later when I'm building a trip for you guys. We're going to do like a mock booking. These projects and tasks templates are really awesome, but I really highly recommend project tasks and sprints. You can do both. They're different. There are different pages for them, but it also gives you a different layout for each task and sprint that you're working on. Sprints are for what you're working on currently, need to work on in the future, and have already worked on in the past. It goes not started, in progress, and done. Excuse me. I've customized mine to 5 different options, what I need to do currently, what's my next step, what I need to work on in the future, what I need to do absolutely last. And then if I've already worked on the step, I've got a past option to say I've already worked on that in the past. Meetings, this is the template for the meetings. You saw how they can look different. And if you have multiple users, you can see their bubbles on the right-hand side also. You've got your AI meeting summaries. I don't use AI on Notion. I'm not the type of person who wants AI in my setup. But if you want AI in your setup, this can be absolutely helpful for you for keeping up with meeting notes, what you need for things that are needing to keep track of for maybe your clients or also your teammates and team building options. You've got your AI blog post generator, which is pretty self-explanatory. You just type in what you need and then it'll create it for you. AI product name inspiration. If you are new to the organization and have no idea where to start, this would probably be your best friend for a little while. But after you've kind of branded yourself, I don't think this would be necessary. You can always delete templates too. If you find it's not necessary or you're not using it as often, you can just go to the menu and click delete and it'll delete it for you. You have an AI sales outreach email generator where you can just create like an outbound sales email. You know how those marketing things come into your inbox and it just kind of goes to spam or your other folders and not your main folder. This is kind of what that is. And then you've got your AI pitch generator. This does feed into the pitch generator template that I have on my sidebar that you could also get. So for product, I don't really use any of these because I don't have product that I need to generate and create. So for marketing, however, I did do the basic content calendar, which I showed you how to use already, and it's super, super easy to do. It looks like this, and this is the status table that I showed you already with my posts already made into it. But you have your blog editorial calendar. So if you have a blog, you can put all of the posts that you create in your calendar here, and it'll be listed so that you can have that organized. Your campaign briefing, it basically just gives you your meeting notes, your stakeholders and documents, and all of this is customizable, 100% of it. So it's super, super easy to use. It comes really put together for you already. You just click get template and there it is. This is a social media calendar with something, but it has pretty much the same layout as the basic content calendar. I found the social media calendar is pretty much the same. It just allowed me to enter in notes for where it's going to post. But I'm gonna show you on my planner in the post. It tells me what type of post it is, and then it drops down a menu, and you can add to these too. So let's say I want to do a thread. You can create that for threads. And then post to threads, which is like Twitter for Meta. And then, oh, we already did that. Okay, so there's other like mood board, marketing mood board gives you an inspiration gallery of what your Instagram feed is going to look like This is really used if you're heavy users on Instagram or TikTok. This would probably be your best bet for you. I'm not a mood board type of gal, so I don't prefer this and did not get it, but you can also get like a media list to show like where you posted. You have a press kit, so let's say you have different billboards around, or you're a political campaign person and you need to work with the press. This is what you would use that for. Here's brand guidelines. If you want to create a brand for yourself, you can do that by using Figma to create yourself a brand. And Figma and Notion feed right into each other. And then you can use Figma to, I believe, publish your website after you've created that. But it's got so much information. And then this is engineering, which is like code and design for like your portfolio or boutiques, or like if you're a fashion designer, for example. And then if you're doing a startup, here's where I found the pitch deck, which I've already shown to you guys, and the goal tracker. There's also an annual planning exercise, so you can plan your year. So let's say December comes around and you're like, I don't know what I want to do for next year, but I want to level up my business. This is the template for you. And then your simple standard operating procedures. If you have a business that you want to make sure that you're, let's say you're generating too many leads for you to keep up with and you're hiring people, you want them to go through and follow specific, operating procedures to make sure that they're doing everything right. This is the template for you. Now, I did sales. I did the sales CRM. When I started Notion in April, it actually asked me if I wanted, once I selected work, it asked me if I wanted to do engineering, sales, and something else. And I chose sales. And this is what it was at first. This is the template for the CRM. You also have a CRM tracker. I did have this for a minute, but I never used it and it just kind of became blah. So I deleted it. But you've got your pitch sales deal room where you can work with other teammates in this room to make sure that everybody's on the same page for the pitch. And then the sales assets, I really don't think that this is necessary for us travel agents, but if this is helpful for you, by all means. This is the sales wiki I was telling you guys about. This gets you started. OKRs, pitches, collateral, ideas, CRM, playbook, company offsite, deals, team directories, ongoing deals. This all displays in the wiki, and it gives you from Wikipedia for sales all of these topics, which is really cool. I did go through and read everything. It was useful for the beginning, but it wasn't really necessary. So, anybody have any questions so far? I've gone over a lot of templates. I just want to stop and pause and make sure everybody's good to go from here. Let me know in the chat. No? All right. So let me know if you're a team builder. Oh, Mark. Yes, I can go over it all again in my recording. Let me know if you're a team builder in the chat. Say yes. I know Mark is. Jessica. Sylvia. Okay, Sylvia, you are gonna love these next two templates. You ready? You've got recruiting. You've got an interview guide. What is Notion and how to use it for interviews? Okay. We don't really do the interview process because we've got the informal, informational meeting, right? Anna wants to be. Anna, you should be. We do the informational meetings where people sign up there, but you know how people don't typically jump? Some people are not driving personalities and expressives, right? Analyticals and amiables. If you have not taken Mike Archer's sales course, I highly recommend you do, because it does go over these 4 types of personalities, which does deliver you different options on how to work with them and understand their thought process. And so amiables and analyticals typically don't jump when you tell them to. They're like, I don't know, and then kind of standoffish, right? And then you've got your drivers and expressives that typically do jump. Okay, so you've got those 2 types of, you've got 4 personalities and 2 types, jumpers and not. If you need to work with someone who's not ready to jump, then you can use this template for your interview guide. And it's going to give you the option to outline what you want to see in the interview process with people who are not ready but want to be ready. This can give you options to also lay out how this company works for you and what it's done for you and your life and your business and how much it's grown. You can also show them this page too, so that they have an idea about what is to be expected even after the meeting has taken place. You have a recruiting tracker template, which is very, very similar to your sales trackers and assets template. And then also your applications tracker. A lot of these templates are going to be the same types of layouts. You'll see them repeating over and over, but they have different data in them that have already been created for you. Job boards. Everybody who's a team builder posts jobs, right? This is the job board template for you. This is how you're going to put out your job boards. You can create your job postings right here. You can separate them into different websites that you've posted on. You can even track who's applied to them with your application tracker from your job board. Okay. You have a careers page. This is also something that you can use to create a show and tell type of scenario for the people who are not ready to jump from the informational meeting. And then your open roles tracker. This is just basically if you have a company that's got multiple different types of roles. Let's say you do have a billboard out there that's generating way too many leads for you to keep up with on your own, and you're hiring people, and you do need to have this roles tracker. This is what you would use to make sure that all of your people who you've hired into your organization with guaranteed leads would be put into, so that you can make sure, okay, this person's a team leader, this person's a salesperson, this person does, office work, this person files all of the sales, this person closes all the sales. That's how you would keep up with those types of people in your organization that you hire with guaranteed leads. Now we have an HR department. Yeah, Sophia, this is recorded. I'll be posting it on my YouTube later. Okay, so there's an HR department. You have your company home where you would, set out what you would need for your team and policies and everything like that. So like I said, if you have like a billboard that's generating way too many leads for you, Mark, can you get that for me, please? If you have a billboard that's generating too many leads for you, you'd be able to go into this company home and track everything for your recruiters and recruitments and all the people that you've hired to help generate or close all those generated leads. You have your employees benefits. I know that we don't offer benefits to people like that because we're independent contractors, but you could outline what the benefits are from Archer and Evolution Travel. That would definitely be something that you can use this template for. You've got your people directory, and this is my absolute favorite template for all of the people that you have in your organization. So you have your downline in your back office, but this people directory is the template that you're going to use to break them down into actual people. So you get a picture of them. And I know that there's a lot of teams that post congratulations and you know, goal posts with pictures of the people that they're highlighting. You can grab right from this person. This has their name, where they're located, what their job title is. You can even put their rank, how many months they've been with you, and then it does break down to their personal information for like their phone number, their address, email address, you know, if they're building a team or not. Like, you can customize this. You have an onboarding for your new hires. So for people who are working with those that are kind of new to the organization, they're in their 30-day orientation process. This is the most perfect onboarding template for you. You can customize it per person, and there's a table view too. So it'll give you an option to see it on a different scale. You have your organizational chart. You can structure this however you want it. There's a diagram also. Ooh. It doesn't look like it wants to open because there's no data here. It's not going to show anything, but there is an organizational chart for the diagram itself. All right, so you've got performance reviews. Let's say you and your teammate, I'm going to use Anna as an example. Let's say you and your teammate, Anna, are working on growing a team and you want to give her feedback for that. This team performance review page is going to be the best one for you. You can customize this for whatever you want to include, and there's also developmental plans for that. Okay, let's say you have someone who's problems, right? Causes drama, doesn't do anything correctly, really needs focus to kind of get them on the better path to success, right? This is going to be a performance improvement plan option for them. It basically gives them feedback on what they need to improve and how to do it. I used performance improvement plans in my leadership in my previous job when I had teams that I managed the account recovery department, and then agents across the phones and chat and in different like lines of business for fraud prevention and all of that. And I had to make sure that they were all following the policies correctly, that they were all doing their job correctly. And if they didn't do their job correctly, or their metrics weren't working properly, or they weren't doing their job correctly and their metrics were poor, I would put them on a performance improvement plan. And it gave them in writing detail about what they should be improving, what they needed to be working on. So this is what you would use a performance improvement plan for. I know that with independent contractors, we're all allowed to run our businesses however we want, right? But if we're not following Archer policy, we're keeping people's money and we're not paying for their trips. You know, those are all things that we should be putting our teammates underneath us on performance improvement plans for. Now you've got IT options, your vendor management. Let's say I have things. I have different vendors for I've got Notion, I've got Microsoft, I've got Adobe, for example. These would go here. And then I'd be able to have their contact information, who the account manager is. You could also use this for your BDMs, for your different vendors as well, and your suppliers information. This is also a good place. You can use this vendor management system to keep up with your passwords as well. This is the IT issue tracker. Let's say you're finding an issue in, people, in the things that you need to use, for example, you can track those issues here. And then the support center, change management, inventory, release manager, all of that. And then you've got your one-on-one notes for yourself, your journal, and your annual performance self-reevaluation and review templates as well. So, questions about templates? I'll be giving my YouTube link at the end because I can't really change my page right now. See, Anna's typing. I'll give you a second. Yes, absolutely. It's my pleasure. All right, so we're gonna go ahead through to build a plan, a trip. Okay, so I've already built Arizona, so we're gonna go through to Arkansas. Okay, so this is off my planner for the calendar, and I'm gonna use my Expedia tab vendor. So what I'm gonna do is go to projects. I'm gonna click create new project. I like these little calendars. I'm gonna name this Arkansas or Kansas. I've got this. You get these 4 things at the top already when you select the template for projects. But I had gone through and created these customizations, which we'll go over in my customizations workshop next week. I'm the owner of the project. You can link to itself. Okay, that way it's all put together. Okay, this is gonna be empty until you start to add tasks, which we'll get into. Excuse me, down here. And then I created this completed checkbox, just went in here. Actually, I just selected add a property and then went down here to checkbox, and then I just renamed it completed. And then you can add dates, text, email, phone number. You can add more dates, more text, all of it, right? So it's a good time to go to Arkansas. Let's do December. My week starts on Monday. So we're gonna do Monday, the 9th, and then the 14th. So right before Christmas, okay? So never. Well, I've got to do something, Mark. So I love these side things. You can turn them into anything. Okay, heading 1, 2, and 3, it gives you an option You can turn it into a page, which puts it over to your sidebar. You can turn it into a to-do list, bullet list, new numbered list, toggle, which is my absolute favorite. You can turn it into code for your computer, a quote, a call out, block equation, synced block, which it looks like you can put like different options to connect to one thing. I've never really played with that one. You can also do toggle headings 1, 2, and 3. So if you have a lot of information, you want to compress it down into like something that drops down a menu. These headers to start with are really good for that. And then you have columns 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can have up to 5 columns on the page at the same time. So we're just gonna I'm gonna pull up my notepad here. Just gonna get my created hot off the press. I like to turn this into a heading. And then let's go and build this Arkansas trip. So this mock booking is how I really like to organize all of the information for my packages. Okay, so we're leaving from LAX, which is, I just like to use international hubs for common layovers. We're going to Arkansas. There we go. And then now the trip dates are the 9th. Through the 14th. And you can confirm that right here. And then done. And then we're gonna do this for a family of 4 with 5 and 7. All right. We're gonna search this information. This is just doing like a regular mock booking. Oh, Sylvia, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you sent me a direct message. Hey, Mark, can you grab my YouTube channel for her, please? Okay, so we're gonna do breakfast included. We're in the winter, so we don't really need pools. I'm a luxury brand, so I prefer luxury options. This is the DoubleTree Suites by Hilton in Bontonville. And I'm going to show you something really cool about Notion. Take this information, you copy it. You see this about the project. DoubleTree Suites by Hilton. All right. Now we have what we're looking at. And then you can just paste. There you have it. I'm gonna pop this out. You can pop this out into the whole page and you can close this if you'd like. You can also go back to the project and open this right here. And then you can choose your view. So center.
Caitlin, real quick, is it under your business name? Because it's not coming up in the search.
Yeah, it's at Bon Voyage Bookings. So I think it's.
I'll check it. I got it.
You could try that. All right. You can also switch it to a full page like I just did. Okay. So you have all this information here that was pasted from the hotel info right here, right? And then so we're looking at 2 beds and We don't want accessible. Let's try a different room. We have 4 kids, so or sorry, we've got 4 people, so we want 2 queen beds. Here we go. This is accessible though. Let's do the queen and the sofa. Let's do fully refundable before December the 8th, which is the day before, and it's breakfast included, so it's an extra $2. Whoops, hold on, let me double back on that. So I like to load, please. I like to make sure that I'm getting all this room detail information minus the pictures. So we're gonna go ahead and copy all this too, down to the fees and taxes. And then we're copying this into Notion. Right there. That's it. That's all you do. And then now we're picking flights. So we've got 1 nonstop flight available from LAX to Fayetteville, Arkansas, which leaves at 10 a.m., which is not bad. It gives the people time to get together and go through TSA. So we're going to do main cabin flexible, which is an additional $209. I'm not collecting the information about the flight right now because we'll do that at the end. So we're going to choose this one. If you wanted to get the information for the flights, let's do toggle heading 2, and then information for the flights right here. And I'll show you how that toggle works. I'm going to select this. Now we're going to look at the rental car. We want to pull this out from the drop down. So I just took the 6 dots and moved it. You see that blue line? See how it's indenting in? That's in the drop down. We want to close that line and make it solid. And it'll drop it down here now. So we've got a family of 4. We'll probably need a full size, at least sedan. They've got really good ratings. It's only an extra $8, so we'll do it. I've also used budget in the past. Oh, thanks, Mark, so much. And I've had really, really good customer service with them. So here's the information for the vehicle. You can take this information, drop it down, make sure you drop it down. Copy. Rental car. Now you've got all this information right here in the drop down menu, right? We got to pull this out, this little guy out. See, now you're going to toggle it closed and drop it down and toggle it closed. And then the one thing I really, really love about Notion is that when you copy something and paste it into Notion and it's a hyperlink, it actually transfers that hyperlink to it. So I just clicked on the full size car, right? Now it's loading the page to where we were over here. It's the same page. I just accessed it right here, which is super, super awesome for me. I have a brain injury, so I tend to forget pages that I need to go to. If I copy and paste the information from the vendor onto Notion, it's right there. I don't have to go back and find out where I left off that quote. It's right there in Notion, which is super awesome. So we're going to also do this information for the hotel. And I didn't do this as a toggle, so we're just going to continue it right here. And then I'm also going to do that for the flights because this does give me, whoops, this does give me full information about the flights. Make sure you drop the menu before copying. It will not transfer everything, all the data. If you don't drop down the menu from Expedia tab, it won't transfer the data. It'll only transfer what's seen on the screen as like the toggle menu, like here. It'll only transfer that. Here, I'll show you. See how this transferred everything for the departure and the return and where they're going and like what airport and everything? But it only transferred the first 3 lines because that's what was seen right here. So Notion is really specific about what you're copying and pasting. If you only see something specific on that one page that you're using and you copy it into Notion, it'll only paste what's seen. Even if you go in, drop the menu, highlight everything, and then it bounces back up, it'll still only do whatever is just seen on the page. Okay. Any questions about how to copy and paste or build a mock booking so far? All right, so we're gonna keep going. Family of 4 going to Bentonville, Arkansas. Suite hotel with breakfast included, rental car included, round trip, oops, flights included, excursions available, travelers insurance available, grand total. Now you want to drop this down and copy it all to what the rates are. You don't want to copy what your commission is unless you want to keep track of that. Now, this is all highlighted here. You can turn this into a quote. Now you've got the lines here to highlight what is at the bottom that needs to be quoted for. So I quote, let's do a little bit of math here. So I quote the starting price at 479730. And then I do 10% for myself. So plus 479730. So this is the price that I'm posting for my hot off the press. Now, the funny thing is, I absolutely love Notion. You guys saw how I had pictures already attached to Alabama, right? When you're going through the hotel and you are looking at the property, you want to grab a couple pictures, right? So let's do rooms here. So you've got and then your washroom. Oops. just, you know, to make it simple. So I'm going to show you now. I'm going to pull up I've got my storage, right? So we're in domestic in Arkansas. So I've got these pictures here. I need all of them. So we're going to copy them, Control C. And then we're going to come down here, give this a little space, and then paste. Boom. Let them load. And then you can click off it and it'll give you the full color of the picture. And you can blow this up too. Control scroll on your mouse and it blows up or down, whatever. So my favorite thing about Notion is if you have a lot of like things that you need to keep track of, it gives you a menu so you can just jump right to it. See that? Let's do more. And flights. We can toggle this. Now we're at the bottom. So you got a rental car. Let's toggle that. Oh, but our quote, it disappeared. Oh, okay. So our quote needs to be pulled out of the rental car toggle. So you click twice, once on the side where the dots are, and then once again to minimize the menu, shift and then arrow down for what you need to highlight. And then you pull the dots over. Now you don't want it to be a column, you want it to be underneath. So we're gonna do that instead. Okay, so you see how it's still underneath? Now you can toggle the rental car and it'll be separate from the rental car like it wasn't before. And then if you need to go all the way back up, now you can. And you've got your hot off the press at the top. So if I were to be using this to build a client's information, I'm going to task myself to keep track of everything, right? So we're going to add tasks. So I'm going to show you the bottom here, project tasks. So you've got not started, in progress, and done, and archived, okay? So not started is a task that you want to create for what you need to do in the future, but you haven't started on it at all, okay? So, excursion, excuse me. We haven't done that yet, okay? Today's the date that it's due. And you can open it up too, so you can see your project on one side and the task that you need to do on the other, which is super awesome because you can just type in one side and then go to the other, type in one side and go in the other, okay? So this priority is low. It's already attached to Arkansas because you're adding it to the task list on the project, okay? These are where sprints come in, okay? So like I mentioned, I customized these when I customized my Notion to sprint 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is my current sprint that I'm working on right now, okay? And then the parent task, you can make it for anything, okay? This is for excursion. So we're gonna just add that in. And you'll see the subtask came down here, okay? I normally do like a consult for my clients when I'm creating their project. I put a task on it that says consult with my last clients were the Mitchells. So I'm just gonna use them as an example. I use a consult with the Mitchells for my main task that I attached as the parent task so that I can always go back to that project without having to click on the project. But you don't have to attach the parent task. I didn't do that until later. This is not something that you get. These two are not something that you get on the properties when you create Notion and you're adding tasks, templates to it. However, you do get your priority assignee, your due date, the project, and the status and sprint. These are included already when the template's selected to be created. So there's that, and then you can change this and it'll change on the project status for whatever you need. So let me go up here and I'll show you how that changes up here. So we have one task that's not started. So it's completion. Now we have a completion bar of 0%. Okay, so now we have something that's in progress. It's still not going to be in use. Okay, it needs to be done before this completion status bar changes. Okay, so let's say you have multiple tasks that you're working on in the project. So you can even add tasks here. Okay, so flights are done. Now you have 50% done because you've got 2 tasks. Hotel. Done. Now you've got 66.7% of your tasks done because these 2 are there, but you still have excursions. And then rental. Let's say that's in progress. It's still going to be 50% because you have 4 tasks. 2 of them are complete, 2 of them are not. So that's 50%. Does everybody understand tasks and how to add them to your projects? Say yes in the chat. All right. So now that we've created a template for our post to be placed on Meta, let me go there. This cannot be filled into Meta. However, you can export this information to other documents like PDF and Word documents as well. So if you're creating a quote in your pitch deck, you can definitely export that information to a Word document and or PDF document for them to sign if that's what you want. So we're going to Meta. So this is my Meta suite for my page. Okay, so here's my planner. Okay, I've got posts scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, and then tomorrow or today for Wednesday. And I'm working on my post for tomorrow for Arizona, and then Arkansas is on Friday. So we've created a hot off the press for Arkansas, which would be on Friday. Let's go back to, I need to pop this open here. So let's go back to our content marketing calendar. Arkansas is listed on Friday. Okay, the publication date is Friday, which means that it's going to show up in your calendar for Friday. However, I have a deadline for it set to be done on Thursday, the 4th. Okay, so each day I'm working on something new and I'm keeping my momentum going and it's keeping me on track for that. Okay, so I need to post. This project's empty, but I've created one. So we're gonna attach it. Okay, we're gonna attach it. Now, one linked page. Okay, so I don't have any information for this here. I have to spell it Arkansas in my brain. Does anybody else have to do that? Anyways, so I'm going to the project that we just completed here for these. Okay, I don't need that task actually. Go back to the project right quick. I don't need this task, so I'm going to delete it. And there is a line here. It's a minimized line. You can unlink the page. If you go back to your sidebar, there's a trash can. You can recover everything that you've just done and deleted, except for tasks, I believe. Nope, it's right here. Interesting. Here we go. So there's that task. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, this is for the Germany. I didn't want this task, so I deleted it. So I went in and deleted that. Okay. So these are empty. It looks like accidental tasks, right? So you're gonna go in and delete, 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 delete. It's super simple, super easy. Awesome. All right. So we're gonna go back to the project. We're gonna go to Arkansas. We're gonna take this information, copy, MetaSuite, create post, paste text, fix the spacing. I am a stickler for spacing, so hold on a second. Here you go. And add photos. You don't even need that bathroom one right now. This is just an example. So here's your Facebook feed for computer and mobile. And we're gonna let this load so you can see it. And you can drop this down this way, and then Instagram feed as well. You could drop this down too. And then you want to schedule it. So you go back to the projects and then the planner. And then this is for Arkansas. My hot off the presses typically go out. This is the 5th. So my hot off the presses go out typically around 3. And we're just gonna do the same for Instagram. And then schedule. There you go. And that's how I move my posts that I've created on Notion to Meta. And then here's all the posts I've had created. And then if you have a group, let me show you that too. I have a group on Facebook that I post to also. So in the group, what you would do is go to the group on the computer and create the post. Okay. Upload the photo. Okay, and then this is how you schedule a post in a group. So we want this to go out on the 5th at 3 p.m. schedule. Boom, that's it. Once this is scheduled, it'll let you know. You can go here to scheduled posts and you'll be able to see all the posts that are going out. So this one's going out in about 45 minutes. And then this one's going in about 3 hours and about 4 hours and about 7 hours and about another 7 hours. And then my automatic posts and my automatic posts. And then here's that hot off the press that I just scheduled for the 5th. So it's easy for you to change what you want to do with the timing of this too. So like you can definitely reschedule the post. You can even delete it, edit, save post, post now, turn off notifications, translations, commenting, slow down comments, give feedback, snooze. You don't want to unfollow. But there you have it. That's how I use Notion and transfer everything to my social media. Anybody have any questions? You can also unmute yourself too. I see Anna typing. Yeah, it was. It's super easy. Once you get the hang of using Notion, it's super easy to use. It's also really user friendly. So you can take as much information as you need. In the free version, it's 5 MB. So if you have a lot of information that you're saving, I highly recommend taking that and saving it to a different cloud so that you can continue to have that space by exporting it. So like, let's say you want to export this information for Alabama. You'd go down here to
Real quick,
export. Yes.
real quick, sweetheart. I gotta jump off. My signal's getting really bad, but I've already subscribed to your YouTube channel, so I'll watch this video as soon as it's up.
Absolutely. It'll be up later on today. Sylvia, thank you
All
so
right,
much
thank
for
you.
joining. Have a great day.
Thank you. And everything so far that I got and everything was very helpful and useful. So thank you. Everybody have a blessed night.
You too. Bye. All right, so you go to
Bye.
export here, and then you can do a PDF, HTML, Markdown, and CSV. I don't know what that is, but you can also do your current view or default view, and then include everything or no files or images. So you can also attach files to Notion as well, just by importing the data. So you can import too. So if you want to import, you go into your settings and then you import from wherever you want to import from. You can upload the file from your computer too. So I'm just gonna do this. So let's see. Nope. So I'm assuming, here we go. So this is an intake form I took for a friend. You can see it open. Okay. Upload it. Intake form, a hop to trip. Here it is, right here. And all the information that is on the page is right here. Minus the signature lines. So super cool, super awesome information. All right, I'm open for questions. I hope I answered everybody's questions as I went along. I know this was super long. Like I mentioned, my trainings will be longer than an hour most of the time. So try to plan your time frame for that. For the customizations workshop though, I know that if I've gotten to your specific customizations already, you don't have to stay for the whole training. You jump off. And then we've got all things templates and how to use them, how to customize them. And then I'm doing a Q&A for Notion. It's just like an informal Q&A like Mark does for bookings. And then that's the series.
Caitlin,
Yes.
can you hi, can you please explain to me? I just want to. I'm thinking, might be right, might be wrong, but page history. When it says 7 days, does that mean just like what you created in Notions lasts only for 7 days? That's why I'm a little confused. That
You can recover pages up to 7 days in the free version. In the paid version, which I'm using, you can recover up to 30 days of pages. So you can create as many pages as you want, up to 5 megabytes of storage in the free version. Okay. You can delete them, but when you go into the trash can, you can recover them only up to 7 days in the
Once
free
we're
version.
gone, we're gone after 7 days.
Yeah, and then you'd have to create the whole page again.
Okay.
So let's say you accidentally deleted something from a trip. You can go into your trash can immediately and recover it. Okay.
No,
I'll show
that's good. It's unlike like Google's email, which you only have like 20 seconds before it's gone.
Right. So this gives you a time frame to be able to recover. This has me up to 30 days because I pay for this Notion. I'm the type of person that keeps everything, so I like to make sure that I can recover things later than 7 days and store more on Notion instead of on my cloud. So this is the recover button. You would just restore it. So
Okay.
let me show you. I'm going to click this button and it's going to restore the intake form that I created from the import in my files.
Okay.
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 But I deleted this, right? So it's not in the trash can anymore, right? It's not there. So I'm going to delete this again. That's gone now. Okay. You see that?
Mhm.
Move to trash. You can undo it. I have no idea where it went though. Yeah, I have no idea where that went. You can expand all these also. Okay, so this is where your search bar comes in handy.
Mhm.
This is the intake form that I just recovered and I could not find. Now I can find it. That's your search bar. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna delete this again and show you one more time how to get into the trash down here at the bottom. Trash. And then intake. There it is. Okay.
Okay.
You can delete from trash and it's permanently deleted, or you can restore it and it'll be recovered. Does that help answer your question?
Yes. Thank you, Caitlin.
Absolutely. Mark, do you have any questions?
Nope. It works.
And you were able to get your Notion created and kind of started?
I will later. I'll figure
Okay.
it out.
And
If I
what
have
about
any
you,
questions, I
Anna? You
know
were
where
able to get it started?
No, but I will. I will. I was multitasking.
Oh, gotcha.
I
All
had
right,
about
guys.
3 agents messaging me at the same time. So.
Awesome. Let me
Oh,
stop this
no.
recording here. All right. I think I stopped recording. Oh, no. Well, I just want to say thank you to all of the attendees that started on this Notion training. I do apologize that it did go longer than expected. But I will be posting this on my YouTube channel. It is Bum Viaggio Bookings on YouTube, and you can find that link in the chat. All right, I'm going to stop this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Well, you guys have a happy 4th.